Ken is in Durham, North Carolina, listening to Talk Radio 850. Ken, what's on your mind tonight?
I wanted to discuss how Burger King is being demonized for moving its headquarters to Canada.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, I'd heard that story. We haven't actually talked about it yet. Go for it.
I've been killing it on the Facebook page, though.
I think it's, people are talking about boycotting their local Burger King, and it's fairly an uninformed decision where I'm concerned, because most of those franchises are owned by people who live and work in your community, and
That's true.
They're going to pay the taxes. They're still going to pay the corporate tax, the state income tax, whatever it might be. You're not hurting anyone but people who live in your community by doing that.
Great point.
The corporate folks are going to do what they're going to do, and and honestly, if there was a better business environment, they wouldn't be moving. If the federal government would set up a system where we weren't taxing people to death, you wouldn't have to worry about people leaving.
Well, government is supposed to be a service. That's the idea. That's the stuff we're fed.
Ridiculous.
They provide you protection. Basically, that's the idea.
No obligation.
Perhaps a social safety net, but it's protection. And the fact is, the United States government, in this circumstance, for Burger King corporate, provides them with higher prices and worse service. Why would you continue to do business with an organization that provides you with higher prices and worse service? Well, that there's acquisition costs for Burger King. It's going to cost them money to move their corporate headquarters to Canada when they merge with Tim Hortons or whatever. And by the way, it's going to be great coffee.
Did they buy out Tim Hortons?
I think that they merged. I don't know the specifics there as far as the business end of it. But, they go up there. It's going to cost them money to do it. They're willing to pay the money because the service is so bad in the United States.
Because it'll pay for itself over time, too, right?
Right.
And to break it down to its simplest terms, the only way I know to really equate it to anything is that if you call Burger King the prostitute and you call the federal government the pimp, who would fault the prostitute for wanting to get away from sharing her profits with a pimp?
Indeed.
No doubt about it.
Or at least wanting a lower price pimp.
Burger pimp.
That smacks her a little less often.
Yeah, but, and that's the simplest analogy I know that can get to the folks who are being coerced into
who's protesting
somehow
this?
Unpatriotic.
Well,
who is it?
It's an interesting mix. It's the ultra patriotic and the socialist. Because what you have to basically, it's a socialist wrapped in a flag, which is an unusual thing, right? Like they have to pretend suddenly their indignation, they wrap it up in a flag and make it trotted out there. Because a lot of conservatives, they really aren't getting whipped up about this, but you have to be really patriotic and have not much principle in the area of economics. So
they're getting spoon fed this line that it's somehow unpatriotic not to pay taxes.
Yeah, but I think I think that line is just that, a line. The people that are saying it are generally pretty unpatriotic people anyway. These are people that believe that you should have to pay your fair share, which Burger King is paying its fair share. It's moving to Canada where its fair share is lower.
And they're getting a better value for what they're doing up there from Canada.
Yeah.
So we need to get more competitive.
All right, so I have to say I'm a little bit confused by this Burger King story. I haven't really closely looked into it, but there's a story from CBC News. The big claim was that Burger King's moving to Canada to save big money on corporate taxes. But at the same time here, this story from CBC News claims they're staying in Miami. Tim Hortons.
Right. Well, there was an announcement on Burger King's Facebook page. So either they're capitulating, or the other claim is that nothing has changed. It's just a spin to the story.
Okay, I don't know what the Facebook page said. I'd be interested in hearing that. But Tim Hortons has agreed to be bought by the company that owns Burger King in a deal that could culminate in the world's third largest fast food company. The new combined company would be, I wonder who number 1 and 2 are. I would have figured.
Doctors Associates Incorporated and McDonald's.
Really? Doctors Associates being Subway?
Yep.
Wow, they're number 1?
I'm pretty sure they've been they passed McDonald's a long time
That's
ago.
incredible.
Yeah.
The new combined company would be based on the current headquarters of Tim Hortons in Oakville, Ontario, but Burger King would continue to maintain its global home in Miami. And then they go on to talk about the price per share and things like that and all the locations. There's a lot of damn locations here. Apparently, Burger King has over 13,600 they have 13,667 stores, and Tim Hortons 4,546. These are humongous companies, and I'm sure some people are upset about this from multiple different aspects. Some are worried that Tim Hortons will be their food quality will be poisoned by Burger King, and others are saying that Burger King's bad citizen for leaving the United States, but maybe now they're not leaving the United States. So I don't know what the deal is there.
Yeah, okay, so this is my take on it. If they're receiving the bad press and they want to avoid the bad press, they're going to wait around until it's time, till they can slink out a year from now or something like that. Right? I mean, doesn't that make sense?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, how bad is this for them? Are they actually hurting because of this?
Well, people who are many people who likely have never eaten at Burger King or haven't eaten at Burger King in years are claiming that they're not going to eat at Burger King because they're now a bad corporate
Talk
citizen.
is cheap, though. Is business down? That's the question.
What do you mean business down in a day, Ian?
Well,
How
no.
are they going to know?
Well, I mean, I thought this has been going on for a couple days now, but
Not
anyway.
really, no. Not much. I don't think that there's any way to really sort of look at what this is. You want to stop the hemorrhaging as fast as you possibly can as the PR guy, and you're like, look, let's just keep this on the down low for about I don't know a year, 15 months, whatever, and then after the merger's through, then you'll just quietly begin moving people out, and we'll file the paperwork, and then you're done.
Here's a larger story from. Go ahead.
I was going to say I have the top 10 global fast food chains based on 2012 data.
I'd like to hear that.
So number 1, McDonald's.
I figured that they'd be number 1.
Number 2 is actually KFC.
Yeah, I was wondering about the
wow.
Yum Corporation. Yep.
Yep. And then
That's PepsiCo, by the way.
Yep. This is globally. I don't know about the United States. I think that Subway is bigger than the United States, but I'm not sure. So this is globally. Subway is number 3 globally.
Amazing.
And then Pizza Hut. And then again.
Where's Taco Bell? Is Taco Bell on there?
KFC and Taco Bell, I believe, are
Yum.
Well, those are both Yum, but so is Pizza Hut. Aren't they also owned by them?
KFC is all 3 of those. Well,
Right.
I guess you're right, isn't?
Yeah.
It's Pepsi Brands. PepsiCo owns Yum Brands, as I understand it, and then Yum Brands owns those 3. I think that's the case.
So Pizza Hut's oddly on this list. I would have expected it to be KFC. The three.
No, I don't think they would include them because they are 3 separate companies, even though they're under a corporate umbrella.
Take your word for it.
Well, after Pizza Hut comes Starbucks, and then after that Burger King, and then after that Domino's Pizza, and then Dunkin' Donuts, and then Dairy Queen, which is interesting because some of these just seem like
Dairy Queen.
Yeah, like what? I guess globally
amazing.
they must be bigger in other places. And then Papa John's.
The 11.4, this from bizjournals.com. The $11.4 billion deal between Burger King and Tim Hortons won't have an immediate impact on Burger King's headquarters in Miami. The new company formed by the deal will pay Burger King's taxes and be majority owned by 3G Capital. It will be based in Canada. Burger King and Tim Hortons will operate separately with the intent of expanding globally, but keep current operations as is, said a Burger King spokesperson. So I guess Tim Hortons people shouldn't be too worried that Burger King menu items will be invading. Burger King will not be leaving its Miami headquarters or changing its commitment to charities and other local organizations, says a spokesperson, meaning that Burger King won't be displacing its hundreds of jobs in Miami for now. Beacon Council President and CEO Larry K. Williams says, quote, Burger King is a homegrown company that's an important part of the fabric of our community in Miami-Dade County. We're vigilant in fostering business development and investment, and we're confident about our assets. We are a great place to do business globally for large and small companies. While Burger King insists there will be no changes to the brand locally, customers are fuming on social media. The fast food chain have received thousands of tweets about the deal and even issued a statement on its Facebook page Tuesday saying, quote, we hear you. We're not moving. We're just growing and finding ways to serve you better. Unquote.
Yeah, the funny thing about this is I feel like people are telling that this is a bunch of lies. You have to, in order to tweet to Burger King that you're going to boycott them, from a moral position, you have to have eaten there in the last 365 days.
That's a fair thing to say, yeah.
If you tweet to them that you're not going to eat at their place and you haven't eaten there in the last year, you're just a big, fat, nasty liar. I mean, you're disgusting.
I gotta say, I love how the brain works, the human brain. This is just sort of a random interjection here, but I was just noticing how we've gone from talking about this dogma of Angry Menu to like fast food. And so like I'm just sitting here thinking, they should just combine the two and just open up like a devil burger joint right in Oklahoma. Just go in and get yourself some Satan burgers. Yum. Just what? How did this happen?
Somebody called in about it. And that's the way it's supposed to happen.
Exactly.
That's the way it's supposed to. So, so Burger King sounds like they are capitulating to some extent, although at the same time, still they're restructuring and somehow will be benefiting from moving their corporate headquarters, whatever the headquarters is of their parent company, this 3G Capital, which sounds like it should be buying cell phone towers. But this company will likely be the ones that somehow are benefiting from the move, while Burger King keeps the corporate headquarters for Burger King in Miami, and that way they get to appear as though we still support America.
Does Tim Hortons go away, or are they combining the brands?
No, they're keeping them separate.
Okay.
Yeah, they're keeping them separate. So really nothing's happening here, with the exception of the fact that the company that owns Burger King bought Tim Hortons, and they're going to locate their corporate offices at the Tim Hortons office rather than the Miami Burger King offices, but the Miami Burger King offices are going to stay where they are. And what all that means for international tax savings, I don't know. Presumably it means something, but I don't know how
I wonder
much.
if they'll do one of those gross donut burger things where you have like a crossover promotion or something like that at some point. Have you ever heard of that when they put
That's funny that you mentioned
the
that,
burger
because
on
there's a picture of that in the article here.
Is there really?
Yeah, there's a picture of the CBC news article.
Oh no,
there
but
are
they
two
put
patties with donut holes in the middle.
They put the donut holes as the meat, but
Not
what I'm
patties.
talking about is that the gross burger, you can actually get this somewhere, but they actually take, I think it's Krispy Kreme donuts, and they take 2 Krispy Kreme donuts and they use them as the buns.
And they put actual meat in between?
Yeah, they put actual meat in between. It's like
oh man.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I would never eat that because I'd be
attack
afraid I'd
burger.
like it.
We've got Brian. He's on the line in New Hampshire.
Hey guys.
Hey, Brian.
So I wanted to call in about Burger King real quickly, and I had a totally separate question as well.
Sure.
But I want to disagree with the premise that anybody is actually going to Burger King, because I mean, I mean, have you once in your life ever heard anybody say, "Hey, I just went to Burger King the other day, and man, it was delicious." I mean,
well, whoever says that about fast food?
Life.
I mean, whoever says that about fast food?
right.
McDonald's and the French fries.
Really? So you rave about McDonald's French
And
fries?
Back in the day when they were done in lard, but they're done in vegetable oil now.
I'd say Burger King's burgers are way better than McDonald's burgers.
That much is true.
I don't think I've ever had a meal that I really genuinely enjoyed from Burger King. But,
Given the choice, I would pick Burger King over McDonald's in a heartbeat.
I enjoy a nice flame broiled Whopper.
Really?
But I'm not the average person. I know that Burger King went out of business.
When was the
Keene,
last
New
time
Hampshire.
you've been to Burger King, Mister? I would prefer to go there over McDonald's.
During Keenvention.
Okay, so you have been there in the last year, because I haven't.
Yeah.
It was actually
there's
the
no
first
Burger
time.
King here. It closed.
Well,
How
right,
would you
this is-
go?
It was
closed.
the first time since you've moved here, which has been 8 years.
Correct. So going there during Keenvention
So you
was
have been
the
to
first
Burger
time I've been
King
to Burger
one
King.
time in a decade.
Sure,
Is
but
that
how
what
many
your
times
claim?
have you been to McDonald's in the same
0.
decade? Yeah, so
No, he's gone to McDonald's with
Not
me.
in Keene.
Not in Keene. But I mean, there's been times it's like, come on, man, where do you want to eat? I don't know. Where do you want to eat? Oh, let's go to McDonald's. It's right here. You know, coming back from some
Yeah,
event.
but that's only if I'm going to get like a breakfast food or something like that. I don't remember. I think I might have had a McDonald's burger when I was a kid, and that's the last time. Anyway,
I think the last time I had BK was when I went to college at Northeastern in Boston. They used to have a BK in the student center. That was probably the last time. So I'm in my late 30s now, and so
Gotcha.
it's been a long time. But yeah,
well,
so
somebody's
I found
going,
food
right? Like whether or not
utterly-
people are raving about it, they've got over 13 or 15,000 stores or something crazy like that, and that's not counting the Tim Hortons. So clearly, somebody's going to Burger King.
Somebody's going, yeah, but also to hear the other news this week about the fact that McDonald's is losing money. McDonald's is actually kind of hurting right now, and I would argue it's because, well, they were saying that the main reason is because of the upper scale sort of fast food restaurants like Chipotle, as well as like Five Guys.
So sort of the taste of the consumer is kind of switching away from these kind of very fast food burger joints for something that's a bit higher quality.
Well, the counter argument to that, by the way, is McDonald's sunk a great deal of money into R&D and then rolling out these
salads,
high-end. No, not the salads.
No?
The high-end burgers. They got like an Angus mushroom and Swiss burger or something like that, and that in fact they would have been in the black if it hadn't have been for those things. So it may be the fact that McDonald's was trying to get out of its niche and trying to chase what they perceive as changing customer tastes.
I want to give everyone here an amazing tip. Right? I want you to go to YouTube when you get the chance and look up America's Test Kitchen grind meat. Those are your keywords that you need to look this up. You'll get a video tutorial from this. It's a PBS show.
How to add pink slime to your burger?
No, it's a PBS. It's a PBS cooking show. That's a fantastic show. They kind of really get into the science of cooking, and I've kind of become addicted to this show over time. And this tutorial explains how you can use a food processor at home if you have a food processor and you slightly freeze. Like you get a steak, you cut it into little chunks, you slightly freeze it, and then you can use your food processor to fresh grind the meat. So you don't need a really expensive meat grinder to grind your own hamburger meat at home. You can just use a basic food processor and make like the absolute best hamburgers you've ever had. Because you're fresh grinding the meat.
This show is called what?
America's Test Kitchen.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.